Okay, Kum, salutations. Peace to the family. 747 24/7 361 degrees. Hopefully y'all can hear me clear. What's going on? Peace to the family. Hopefully we're not glitching in the matrix too much. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody that's going to come in the building. You know who you are. Let me do some invites, some shares to get this party started. What's up? Peace to you and yours. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shout out to everybody watching on the YouTube. And shout out to everybody watching on Facebook and everywhere else across the universe. If you in here, state your name, put it in the comment section. You are relevant. Peace and love. Peace and love. What's up? You in here, state your name, put it in the comment section. All right. What's today's date in the codex? What's today's mathematics? Today's mathematics is 9/10/7. 9/10/7. This will be a PowerPoint presentation today. All right. For everybody that come in, this will be a PowerPoint presentation. All right. I will have a commercial break. All right, during the middle of this session, and we definitely gonna come back and get it in when I do that. All right, but I want to start this off. Let me see who's in the building, because they not letting me see who's on the screen. Let me see who's in the building. Shout out to Ramona. What up? Shout out to excuse me. Peace to everybody sharing the video as well. Thank you. Peace to everybody. Thank you. Can I get like 1 share? Can I get like 2 shares, please? Can I get 3 shares? Please. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out to Justin. I see you coming in the building. Like I said, peace to everybody watching in the YouTube. Peace to everybody watching on the Facebook. All right. So, let me start with today's mathematics, and let me just build on that. All right. Somebody asked me for a reading, a family reading on some numbers. So I'm going to share a little bit of intellect with that from Master Key Application 101, which is called Inception of Mental Reality. All right. Hopefully you got that book. If you don't got that book, here it is right here. Excuse me. Make sure that you get this book right here. Inception of Mental Reality, Master Key Application 101. 101. All right, this is a very important book. It talks about so many things. All right, in reference to the codex. All right, it breaks down actually every number in totality. You know, remember, we're all part of this body right here, which we call the Messiah. Peace to Ucha. Shout out to the family. Peace to everybody coming in. Listen, we're all part of this body right here. We all form this body, 1 through 31. If I ask you what's your birthday, or what we call a log date, it's located somewhere along this body right here. All right. Each number has a corresponding designation and a purpose. All right, to fulfill. So within this book, Inception of Mental Reality, Master Key Application 101, I actually go into breaking down the numbers. Excuse me. Just breaking down the numbers and how they coordinate with everyone. All right, so, you know, just going from 1 through 31, If you have your birthday located somewhere on this chart, which your birthday is located along this chart, you hear me? All right. This would be the designated template, purpose, and design of that number. All right. Like 1 would be harukment, movement. 2 is nazuf, self. 3 is babdur. 4 is success. 5 is hero, or what we call the baby hero. 6 is fatu, which also we call the gift and the curse. Now, again, if your birthday is located along one of these numbers, and it has a corresponding designation within the age of what we call information. Now, realize this: we came out of the age of Pisces, and we have come into a new age. And that is the information that I'm sharing with you today, tonight, or this morning, wherever you are on the planet. Okay, so now, this is almost relative to the zodiac, but this is not a zoology, a zodiac, a zoology. This is no zoology in this. All these numbers have a corresponding energy of positive and negative charges as well. All right? And I will share that with you. Now, this is relevant to your being. This is relevant to my being, and also the age of what we living in, called information. Now, we came out of what is considered to be the age of Pisces. You hear me? We came out of the age of Pisces March 1st, 2017, officially, all right, of the Gregorian calendar. And we have come into a new calendar that consists of 392 days, all right? 392 days. We have come into a new calendar. Y'all hear me? That consists of 392 days or 392 moons. You hear me? I would rather say moons and days. I wouldn't rather just say days. Like how they say 365 days in a year. It's not like that in the new age of information. In the new age of information, you actually count the moons and you actually count the days as well. Can I get a share? All right. You actually connect with both. All right. So I'm here to share that energy with you today. I'm here to share some good information. I'm not here to teach anyone anything. Now, if you learn something, that is your prerogative, and that's what I'm talking about, because we are all here to learn. But affectionately, I would like to say that I'm sharing this with each and every one of y'all. Each and every one of you all. Okay? Now, again, I'm bringing you back to the 7. You say, well, what is this 392 days about, Lamel? It's really about a cycle of 7, bringing you back to that. The 7. 7, look, 14 times 28 equals 392. You got 14 months in this calendar, 28 days in each month. You hear me? Thank you, Sister Nubania, for the share. Anybody else would like to share the video, I appreciate it. Like, this information might resonate with somebody else if it doesn't resonate with you. All right? But back to what I was talking about. Listen. All right? Each and every one of us flow between the 1 and 31, which is the sacred name called Lamel. The sacred name of the Messiah is called Lamel. All right? Which is the sacred name. Each and every one of us form this body called Lamel. All right? Now, 131 is one and the same when you say Lamel. 131, or excuse me, LML, which is Lamel without the vowels. It is the same as saying 131. The only thing is that you just flip the 3 and you put it on its feet. You put the 3 on its feet, so thus the 131 equals the sacred name, and it also equals the sacred number. You hear me? All right, so let's move forward. Now that we get that, now that we understand understand. I would say understand, overstand, and understand. I would rather say this. For now on, I'm bringing you to a new term. I want you to say, now we solar stand. All right? Excuse me. I want you to say, now we solar stand. I know you understand, you overstand, you understand, but now I want you to solar stand or solar stand. All right? That is the new perspective that I want to give the gods, the goddesses, the kings, the queens, the emperors, and the empresses. All right? Now hear me. 1 through 31. If I ask you your birthday flows between a 1 and 31 number, which equals the sacred number and also equals the sacred name. Those that call upon the name or the number of the Lord shall be saved. All right? Hear me out. Boom. Now, this template design, you are located somewhere on this body. Okay? You are located somewhere along this body. Excuse me. From 1 through 31. Take a look at it for a second. Okay? Take a look at it for 1 second. All right? From 1 through 31. I want you to find out where you stand at on this body. I want you to find out where you stand at on this body. Your birthday is somewhere located on this body. Put in the comment section where your birthday is located on this body. Okay, what happened was, look, I asked my son Aquemini to work on the intro for the new season 5 of the Messiah Code.
That was crazy.
Now,
It's because it's only right. Yo, how you gonna get your brother to finagle and try to get this motherfucking trailer?
I'm gonna tell you what this dude did. This dude took a piece of my video that I already had chopped up and he made it his own.
I screen recorded at least fucking 13 to 14 clips, my nigga.
No, that's one clip that I did. That's a clip that I created. That's why you lying. You're lying. You're lying.
I just show you in my
No,
photos.
I'm showing
You
you.
can't go up too far though.
This did he not?
You motherfuckers, bro. I should have been.
That's the corniest shit ever.
I should have been there.
What are you advertising? The Willy Wonka factory or some shit, my nigga?
Yo. Top notch.
No, you blew me. You totally blew me. I was like, and then it was like, he put so much sauce on it. He was like,
Now, the definition of sauce is when they just put an extra little bit of something on whatever they say.
okay. And it was not done at all. It was some finagled shit.
Yo, that's
That's
so
what hurt
crazy.
me the most.
You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna do that shit tomorrow the right way, but that's so crazy.
And then when I found
the
out
real
the nigga,
deal don't work.
when I,
This nigga
How can you have an iPhone and don't have iMovie?
When I found out he didn't even have iMovie, that was the real
This nigga
want.
pick a Honda over a Corvette. Easy. Easy.
He wants me to have the Knight Rider car or something like that.
First of all, you gotta have enough money for why would you want a Corvette over a Honda anyway?
I do like Hondas. I like Honda Accords. I like Honda Odysseys. I like Honda.
Fucking Corvette.
Cause I'm staying in your range. I'm staying in your range.
Why would I want a Corvette? That's a white man's fucking car.
Yo, I can't do nothing.
You know all Puerto Ricans like Hondas.
You gonna name your car a Kit too, motherfucker?
Dad, I'm gonna make it right the right way. It's so crazy how I try to use the real deal. And it still don't work.
The real deal.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal when you give him some money. Or if you got some sort of leverage in some sort of way. Not on some freehand bullshit. You know when you finagling him.
Sorry, y'all couldn't hear me. I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear me. I had it on mute. I was saying shout out to all the parents. Excuse me. I was saying shout out to all the parents. Peace to everybody doing a great job as being gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses. All right? But yeah, we came into a new age of what is called information. You hear me? This new age. Now, when we came into this new age of what is called information, all right, or they call it Aquarius, what is considered to be the zodiac signs became the old regime. It became the old regime. And we came into a new evolutionary consciousness. A new evolutionary consciousness. All right. Now, each number, the reason why I told you, I said, yo, I gave you this chart right here. I said, yo, look at this chart. I said somewhere along this chart, you on there, and you might tell me what position you stand at on the body of the Messiah, or what the template design is. And I was breaking it down. Like 1 is Harukment, 2 is self, 3 is the door, 4 is 6 or Naju, successful outcome, 5 is the baby hero, 6 is Fatu, or what we call the gift and the curse, 7, so I can blow it up for y'all. No, I can't. Sorry. 7 so happens to be Mujahud, which is the spiritual warrior. 8 is rain. 9 is Faru, or joy. 10 is Haya, or what we call the breath of life, Hayu. All right. 11 would be Maluk, or king. 12 would be Zaru, or the birch tree. 13 would be Messiah, or master. 14 Miwi. 15 the necklace. 16 the surgeon. 17 Yakub, or the scientist. 18, which is the root or wraith. 19 galactical hero. 20 is Muminun, which is faith. 21 is Gawu, or the young man or young woman. 22 is the praying mantis. 23 is the cyclops. 24 is the pyramid builder. 25 is the egg. 26 is the key maker. 27 is the Holy Ghost, or also the spirit of immunities. 28 is the timekeeper. 29 is the secret keeper. And 30 so happens to be the female Messiah. And 31 so happens to be the male Messiah. All right. So like I was saying, thank you. So 7, if you see it, 7, 10 is Mujahud and the sacred breath. Okay, which is Hayu. Hayu. All right. Also, we call it Saphir. Another name for it is, it's a couple names for the number 10. All right. Joe Lewis said 11, King, my baby hero. 5, the baby hero. 11, 5, yes. All right. So 11, you got the king, which so happens to be 11, which is Maluk, which is the king. And then you got 5, which is the baby hero. Okay. Now, 5 can be interpreted as a hero on this planet, or a hero in your designated area. All right. Not to save the whole freaking planet, the world, and everybody in it. 5 could represent saving those that are in your immediate environment. Brother Joe Lewis. All right. The baby hero. Also, number 5 represents not taking on too many things at once, taking on a little at a time to get things done. All right. So each number has a variation of energy and how it responds to your designated reality. Okay. Just sharing that with you about the Messiah and what it represents. Thank you for everybody watching in the YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So we move into solar standing. Solar standing. All right. Now, something else I want to share with you. Again. Got it. So everybody, I want you to know that we are part of a body. Okay? I showed you that just a while ago, right? Pardon me for the little mishaps in the video. You know how it is. I told you, being a parent, it is what it is. I had to take a little commercial break so I can tend to my son, make sure he was good. But we rocking out, and we going to keep on flowing with this. All right? Hear me out. So I got something to share with the people today, and it's going to be a PowerPoint presentation. All right? And we're about to kick some butt phenomenally. Okay? Here we go. So, first of all, I would like to say peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to the kings. Peace to the queens. Peace to the emperors, the empresses, whoever y'all are, whoever you are, peace to you and yours. All right? Now, this PowerPoint presentation of what I'm going to share with you today is all about the supreme mathematics and the energy of 9, 10, 7. All right? 9, 10, 7. I need you to know, as a Messiah, right? You stand at the center of the universe. The universe revolves around you. Who you are, the dot. At your center point, the universe revolves around that. All right? You are looking at the universe from a center point. All right? 361 degrees. All right? And everything starts from that dot, which is the degree that they don't count in the 360 degrees. It's the 1 degree that they forgot, which is the dot. Do you hear me? All right. So, now, first of all, I need you to know, besides the point that you measure the universe from your center point, you utilize the numbers to interpret reality in many ways. In many ways, you can utilize these numbers to balance your reality as well. It's up to you, all right, to decipher it. Okay? So, dealing with the supreme mathematics, first of all, let me give you the number 9. I'm going to put this in the comment section for everyone. I'm going to put the number 9 in the comment section, which deals with understanding. All right? Now, I also said that the number 9, this is the supreme grandmother and grandfather mathematics. The number 9 would represent understanding. The 9th letter of the alphabet would be the letter I. The 9th letter of the alphabet, supreme mathematics. The 9th letter of the alphabet is the letter I. So the letter I stands for understanding, the conviction within, knowing all aspects of information of a particular subject, confident, right, and exact, even when others are wrong. All right? Understanding. You cannot be shaken or moving when you have an understanding. When you have a certain grip on reality, you cannot be shaken or moving when others try to shake your reality. Hear me out. You must have a certain conviction within, knowing all aspects of information of a particular subject. And you must be confident, right and exact. Right and exact, even when others are wrong. All right? So like I said, when God's light, or what's considered be that universal principle, when it strikes your mind or strikes your heart, you become the thunder. You understand that? Or understand that? You become the thunder and make the earthquake and shake when you reflect the light that struck your mind or struck your heart. Do you get that? You become the thunder, or you become that which quakes the earth. You can't let things quake you. You cannot. You got to be the immovable object as well as the juggernaut, the unstoppable force. Do you hear me? As a Messiah. All right, so that's the number 9. Just reflecting on it. And then I'm going to build some more. I'm going to build some more for you. So I said number 9, right? And then we got the number 10. Now, number 10, 9, 10. Today's 9, 10. Remember, 9, 10, 7. I got you. So, put the number 10 in the building, right? Number 10 is J. It stands for justice, or just us. It represents a word to signify a penalty to someone for violating a certain law. Now, my question is this. I know we got the laws of the land, right? And I know we got laws of whatever, but do we have a law of our household? Do we have a law that's going on in our family or in our house structure? Do we have a law that we abide by? And if we have a certain law in our family structure, it should be a certain penalty for it. See, one thing is you need to know, like Sister Ramona, when you meet at the number 10, which is the J, because you 710. This so happens to be part of your birthday, right? This is part of your birthday today. 9-10-7 or 9 or 7-10-9. However you read it, frontwards or backwards. But reflecting on the number 10, which is the letter J, the letter J is different than the letter C. The letters C and J, they're almost synonymous in their shape. I'm going to tell you, they have a purpose in their synonymous shapes as well. Because at the number C or the number 3, you actually come to the crack of the door and you open the door in the letter C. You let the letter C and you open the crack of the door and you go through the door and you proceed through the door. All right. But as you move throughout the door and you learn everything you need to learn, as you go to the number 9 on to the number 10, the door has to be shut. And when the door is shut, it shuts in the letter J. That's why it's just us. It shuts in the letter J. When it opens in the letter C, it shuts in the letter J. It locks in the letter J, which is the 10 command keys, or what we consider to be the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments or the 10 command keys is where the J or the just us locks it in. Because I'm going to tell you some real stuff, man. It has to be a quarantine on your reality. Whether you know it or not. When you come to the number 10, you know that in your designated reality, you must quarantine some things. All right? And you might say, what do you mean by that, Lamel? Well, let me tell you something. Even in New Jerusalem, or what they call in the book of Revelations, you know what I'm saying? It has a gate where 2 cherubim sit there. And the gate, obviously, is a place of quarantine. Where certain things can't get in and certain things also cannot get out. You need to know that. So that's the number 10 when we meet the number 10. So we meet the day of quarantine. This is the number day, the moon day. The moon reflection of the number 10 would be justice. All right? Moving forward. Then we got 7. When we move to the 7 in supreme mathematics, now, very simply, let me tell you something with the number 7. And this is why I love 7. Yo, 7 is the God principle, yo. Hear me out. 7 is, shout out to everybody in the YouTube. What's up? 7 is the God principle. When you connect up with the number 7, see, 7 is God, for lack of better words. All right? But, listen, it's the relationship with the experience self-proclaimed as responsible for creation. All right? Now, when you enter this Messiah Code situation or this movement, I really don't care what God you represent. I really don't care what God you call upon, whatever. I call myself a God. Listen, I roll with goddesses and gods. You understand or understand or solar stand where I'm coming from? I don't care what you worship. But what God is the relationship with that experience. Because God truly is an experience, self-proclaimed as responsible for all of creation. All right. And then also, I break the number 7 down so many ways. I talk about when you go to 7, you at your lowest point. You think you at your lowest point, but you at your highest point. You hear me out. Because when you go and pray, when you go down and pray, you touch all 4s, and then you touch 3 on top, which is 2 hands in your head, which so happens to be 7. So you building your temple here on the planet. And you think you at your lowest point, but you are actually at your highest point. And what's so deep is 7 representing God, the man, and then you got 5 representing God, the woman. Because I'm going to say this. If you think about it, 7 and 5 are synonymous. 7 and 5 are synonymous. That's why you look at, have you ever saw this with the me-we hand when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10. You wonder why 2, 5, and 7 look alike almost. Listen, 7 and 5, they're different. 7 and 5, they're different. But they kind of look alike and they're almost synonymous too. And I'm going to bring you to something in relation to that. Look at this. 1, 3, 1, 5, 7. If you look at a 5, it is a square and a circle. You see that? A 5 is a square and a circle. All right? Which is a way to measure the universe. Which is the square and the circle. And 5 is a power number. Power so happens to have 5 numbers. Or 5 letters. All right? So does blood. So does woman. Has 5 letters. All right? But 5 is also connected to the letter G. All right? They're one and the same. Okay? Even in the musical scale, you'll see they connect up in the same way. In music, E and G are synonymous. That's why you say Jesus. Jesus. That's why you say it like that, because the G and the E are always synonymous. And it was only bringing you back to the grand architect of the universe, the sacred term G was to bring you to the sacred tone, or the sacred term that connected you up. All right. So yes, G and E on a musical scale are synonymous. You can utilize those interchangeably. Okay. But I got some information that I want to give you today. For everybody in here, can I get a share? Can I get a share, please? For everybody in here, can I please get one share? If anything, can I get one share, yo? Listen, I got the Cash App right there. I'm not asking for no donation. Even though it's right there, you can move however you want to move. Can I please get a share, yo? Just one share from you. I'm just asking or begging you. Can I please get a share? Thank you for the share. All right. So moving forward on this build, what do you represent, Lamel? Okay. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. A little bit. Excuse me. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. All right, so you can see it. You see it? All right. Cool. Y'all can see that. They say, Lamel, what you represent? I represent one body. I represent one body. All right. And this collectively is called or represents the Messiah. It's collectively called or connects up, and it's called the Messiah. Now you might say, man, this concept is almost like Voltron, Lamel. We form like Voltron. Yeah, it's like that. You can say it's like that as well. We form like Voltron. How about that? We form like the Messiah, rather. I'd rather not say we form like Voltron. We form like the Messiah. All right? Now, everybody here has a designated portion in this body right here. Now, whether you know it or not, I'm going to give you some information. All right? Listen, whether you know it or not, I'm going to give you a little bit of information. The Messiah, or what they consider to be the Christ or whatever, I don't call him the Christ. I call him the Messiah. All right? Has returned. The Messiah has returned. All right? But when the Messiah returned, it was like a little trick that the Messiah played. Because, you know, the Messiah had a forerunner to himself, okay, which was Moses, which represents the two witnesses in the book of Revelations. In the book of Revelations, it's talking about the two witnesses, and it could be Muhammad and Moses, or it can be the Muhammad, or in the Messiah, or excuse me, Moses and the Messiah. They're interchangeable. Muhammad, Moses, Muhammad, Messiah, Moses, all with the M's. All right? They're all interchangeable, connecting up, as in representing the two witnesses. Now, I said that Moses came before the Messiah. All right? He passed it along to Yeshua, or what you consider to be the Savior. All right? Now, you might say, man, I read this before in the Bible, Lamel, but whether you know it or not, we are living in a book. Some of us are living in the Matrix, but we are living in a book. I'm living in a book. A lot of us are living in the book. We're not living in the Matrix. We have freed ourselves from the Matrix. So a lot of things that you read that's in the books or in these books, they speak about me, they speak about you, and they speak about us. Do you hear me? They speak about me, they speak about you, and they speak about us in general, which is the me, we. All right? Now, like I said, the forerunner to the Messiah was Moses. Now, the same thing that Moses went through, the Messiah went through. They try to hunt him down when he was a baby. Am I right? They try to hunt the Messiah down when he was a baby. When he was just a little child, he couldn't defend himself. The same way that they try to hunt you down when you in your adolescence. When you lack understanding of your spiritual nature. When you just a baby in this. When you have a good heart and you seeking spirituality. And the devil is there to lead you off the path. It's the same way that they struck the messiahs of old because they didn't know who was the one. Who was going to be the one. So they said, man, we're going to get all these messiah types. Am I right? Can I get a share, yo, please? They said we're going to strike all these babies out. Am I right? So what happened in the 80s? What happened in the 80s? A lot of us were 80s babies. We were victims of the crack era. Am I right? Where they try to stomp us out as messiahs. They try to stomp us out in the 80s. All right? With crack. With heroin. All right? With so many things trying to stomp out our God, the God in us. All right? But really, they was trying to assassinate the Messiah at an early age. All right? At an adolescent age. And that's why I said, you got to watch, you know, a lot of us, we had good hearts. We had a gravitation towards wanting something, wanting the truth. But somebody was there to lead us off the path, to take us or use and abuse us. That was them trying to destroy the Messiah in us. The same way that they tried to destroy Moses. The same way they tried to destroy the Messiah when he was a child. You're going to say, well, I don't believe that biblical story, Lamel. We'll follow the narrative. Because the same thing is happening today. The same thing is happening today. So Moses preceded the Messiah. And Moses was like, let my people go. Am I right? Moses went to the Pharaoh who was sitting on a big house. And all he said was, let my people go so they can go worship. And Moses came in the form of many of our revolutionaries. Moses came in the form of many of our revolutionaries of the past. And all they were saying was, let my people go. Do you hear me? That's the only thing the Moses of the past was saying was, let my people go. And these were your revolutionaries of old that came and that were killed. And like I said, every time Moses kept on going back to the Pharaoh, that was every time they assassinated Moses. He came in another form, another revolutionary. He come in another revolutionary saying, let my people go. Let my people go. You hear me? Going to the Pharaoh. Pharaoh means one who sits on a big house. One who sits on a big house. What house is that? The White House. the White House. So Moses was going to the Pharaoh every time saying, let my people go. And the Pharaoh refused to let the people go until when? Until the plague came. Am I right? Until the plague came. That's when he decided to literally let the people go. When the plague came. When the plague came, that's when he decided to let the people go. The Pharaoh. It didn't happen till Corona struck the head. Struck him upon his head. And wounded the beast. Literally, in the head. And that's when he decided to let the people go. Am I right? You say, oh man, it feels like we living in a book, Lamel. I told you. Some of us are living in a book and some of us are living in a matrix. Some of us are free from the matrix and some of us have come into the book. So now that the Pharaoh let the people go, what did the people do? They start wandering. They start wandering. They start wandering. They ain't have no master. They ain't have nobody to tell them what to do. The Pharaoh sent the kids home. He sent the kids, say you educate your own damn kids. He said get your own job. And then the people start wandering. And then they wandered to Moses. Did they? Did they not? They wandered to Moses. And when they wandered to Moses, Moses said, okay, I'm going to give you some bread. They wandered to Moses, right? Because they was wondering what to do. They wondered what to do. They wondered what to do. So they came to Moses. And Moses begged to God on their behalf to rain down some bread. Am I right? So now y'all got wonder bread. Now y'all got wonder bread. That rained down in the form of manna, right? Y'all start getting stimulus checks, PPP loans. Y'all start getting money from every and any place. Y'all start getting money, right? When the plague came, which is another name for 666, Corona, which so happens to be another name for 666, when the plague came. All right? So boom. Now, Moses said this. Yo, man, it's a trick to this bread that came down from heaven. This wonder bread. He said, Moses said, yo, it's a trick to this wonder bread that came down from heaven. That you was wondering about. That you was wondering about. It's a trick to this wonder bread. He said, you got to use it in one day. He said, because it's going to rot away. They said, well, why is this bread going to rot away, Lamel? Because it's stolen bread. This bread isn't yours. You didn't earn this bread. It's going to rot away. Moses said, be careful. Use this bread in one day. Use this bread in one day. But what did y'all decide to do? Hold on to the bread and let it rot. And let it rot. Am I right? Instead of invest the money into an asset. He said spend it all in one day. You ain't want to spend it all. You held on to it. You held on to that wonder bread. And now that we got inflation and we got so many things to reflect everything that prophecy represents, I'm not going to say I told you so. Only thing I can tell you is to move forward and learn your lesson, because it's going to be a hard walk. Am I right? They had to walk 40 years. But I'm telling you, now It's about to be a long walk. But it's going to be a long walk on a short path. It's going to be a long walk on a short path. All right? So bringing it back, Moses begged for the bread to rain down. This bread was stolen bread. The manna that rained down from heaven, that rained upon us. These PPP loans, these crazy ass whatever. You get this. You get this. Oh, you got a such and such. Couple dollars. We were supposed to invest the money in assets. Like Moses told us to. One day. Spend the money up. Alright? Spend the money up. Now moving forward. Now we moving on to the walk. We moving on to the journey. Alright? We moving on to that long walk. And then what's so hard about this is that we have to live and learn our lesson. Okay? So moving forward, I got y'all on some real good stuff. Yo, look at this. Going back to the book. Romans 12:2. Listen. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test. Then you will be able to test and approve what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of what? Your mind. Your mind. The renewing of your mind. It brings you back that supreme mathematics. 12:2. Because the 12 is the canopy of the sky and 2 represents self. Nazuf, which is self. Now I'm going to kick it to you. I'm going to give you a 1-3-1. 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation. I'm telling you, you are God. You are a goddess. You are a god. You are a goddess. Once again, you are a god. You are a goddess. All right? You are a Messiah. No temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. But with the temptation will also make a way to escape, that you will be able to what? Bear it. So with every temptation, with every hardship, I need you to know that as a dictator of your own reality, with every hardship comes something great that follows it. You hear me? Because once you realize this is a 1-3-1, going back to the body of the Messiah. Once you realize that you are God and you are able to measure your reality, you will know that no temptation, none, no temptation has overtaken you except such as common to man. And that your God or whatever force that you believe in will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. But with every temptation, we make a way to escape from it. It's power in who we are as Messiahs. It's power in this. It's power in being a Messiah. From the sands of time coming into this abode of reality. It's power in being who you are. A leader or a savior of a particular group or cause. It's power in your being. Ephesians 5:15. So then be careful how you live. Do not be unwise, but wise, making the best use of your time. Because what? The times are evil. I mean, yo, it's crazy stuff everywhere. That's the point I said. Yo, it's no temptation that you can't overcome. It's a lot of distractions on your phone. It's a lot of distractions in your life. It's a lot of distraction. People trying to set you in a certain way to distract you. But hear me out. Be careful how you live. Do not be unwise, but be wise with making the best use of your time. Yo, man. Time is money, yo. I want to say this before I move forward. Thank you for your time. For everybody on here, thank you for your time. I appreciate you and your time on here. It's worth $1 quadrillion, if that's a word. It is priceless. Thank you for your time. Make the best use of your time, yo. Every day we should be learning something. Man, y'all be arguing. Y'all spend time arguing and bickering with the persons that you claim you love, instead of making the best use of your time. You spend time fighting and at war with those that you claim that you love, that are in your own household, rather than making the best use of your time. Hear me out. Your time is precious. Make the best use of your time. 5:15 on the clock. It is 5:15 on the clock. That's a 151 moment. All right? Make the best use of your time. Study to show yourself approved, or study to show yourself approved. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Y'all see this book right here? Y'all see this book? If you pick a book up, it's like doing a calisthenic. If you pick a book up, it's similar to doing a calisthenic. Every time you lift that book to your face, you doing an exorcism. Oh no, you doing an exercise. Every time you lift this book to your face, you doing an exorcism. I mean, hold up, my fault. You're doing an exercise. Not only you making your physical stronger, you making your mental stronger as well. By picking up a book and reading it. No microwave technology stuff. No microwave situation. By picking up a book and reading it. Hold up, y'all. Let me put my son up. Let me put my son down real quick. I got y'all. 1 second. Commercial break. I got y'all. Let me put my son up real quick because he's asleep. I didn't talk to him to sleep.
Alright, first I want to introduce myself and say something. I want to introduce what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Alright, my name is Lazarus Lamel. I don't know what camera I'm looking at here. Shout out to everybody, peace to everybody in the building. Shout out to Indonesia. We are here in Wilmington, America. I am happy to be here. Shout out to everybody that supports Rizza Osman. Shout out to everybody that supports the Consulate General. I'm in here. This song is called Sweat. It means water. Alright, run that back. Run that back. Alright, Sweat. 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 Turn it up. Sweat. 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 I hustle on block. You know what my motto.
All right. Thank you. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back. Shout out to Charisma Ariel. Shout out to Ramona. Shout out to the president of the movement, Sister Jasmine Thompson Shamel, she who embodies the spirit of melanin. Shout out to my queen Thea Lamel. Shout out to my queen Zola Lamel. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Yuthi. Shout out. Shout out to Nubania. What up? Shout out to Melanin Magic. Shout out to Gina. Shout out to Dulcina. Shout out to Brother Joe Lewis. I know they not reflecting the people that's in here. I see y'all in here. I know they not showing y'all. I see y'all in here. Shout out to Joe Lewis. Shout out to Justin Peters. Man, yo. Shway. I'ma say that. Shway. Yo, shout out to Mommy Models Unwanted watching in the YouTube. You already know how it's going. Let's go, everybody across the universe. I love y'all. I love you. 1222. All right. Oh, that's Sister LaUnc. Shout out to Sister LaUnc, the Messiah Code. She always switching up her aliases. Shout out. Shout out to all the all-stars in the building. Let me shimmy with it. Let me get a little shimmy with it. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. So we on 90-day water cleanse, right? I don't know if y'all on it, but if you did it for one day, I'm going to send you a certificate. All right? If you did the 90-day water cleanse for one day, I will send you a certificate. How is the Sister Vita? I don't know. See what's up with her. Listen, for everybody that has been committed to the 90-day water cleanse, this is day 66, yo. We only got 24 days left. Come on, man. Give yourself a pat on the back. I don't know if anybody will give you a pat on the back, but I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. If you, listen. If you just living and breathing today, I want you to give yourself a hand clap. You living and breathing, you made it through a lot of situations. You might have to put the phone down and snap it. Or you might have to hold your hand and snap. You got the phone in your hand, you can't do a clap, well just snap. Give yourself a couple snaps. Alright? You made it this far. Alright? But this is day 66. Alright? Day 66. Alright? The portion of the body that it governs is the left finger. Alright? It's the left finger. And it's called the 66th portion of the body, which is the left finger. Alright? If you know, the 60s count from here. 60, 61, 62, 63, 64 arm, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69. Alright? Those are your 60s on your body. You hear me? You starting from your heart. Your left, 60, 61, the shoulder, and then right there before the bicep is 61, 62, 61, 60, 60, 61, 62 right here. 62 right here. 63 right there. 64 arm. 60, that's 64. 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69. Those are the numbers. All right? So 63 is right here. is your left bicep. It can be your left bicep, 63. All right? Far as the upgraded or the resurrected body of the Messiah. Okay? Just wanted to share that with you. Okay? The 90-day water cleanse, I just wanted to give y'all a shout out, and I'm going to continue my build. All right? Keep on trucking, man. Listen, I lost 17 pounds. 17 pounds, my word. 17 pounds of something that I didn't need. And then, yo, when I look at my body, I see a transformation. So if anything I can tell you, get on the water cleanse. Okay? So what I was talking about is that when you pick up a book, when you actually pick up a book, you do a calisthenic. You're doing a calisthenic when you pick up a book. All right? You're not only working on your mental strength, your physical strength, you're working on your mental strength as well, and vice versa. You hear me? Every time that you decide to pick up that book, you're doing a calisthenic. Like I was saying, you're doing a form of exercise, but also you're doing a form of an exorcism as well. Y'all get me? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Everybody in the YouTube, everybody in the Facebook. You're doing a exercise, but you're also doing an exorcism as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to bring you back into, the book. Because a lot of us are still stuck in the matrix, or what is considered to be the womb reality. All right? And a lot of us have come into the book. Okay? Hear me. It says this. So don't ever worry about saying, what are we going to eat? Or what are we going to drink? Or what are we going to wear? Because it is the unbelievers who are eager for all those things. Surely your heavenly parent knows that you need all of them. But first be concerned about what? God's kingdom and his righteousness. And all these things will be provided for you as well. You know, when you get a certain God, when you get that certain God, you know, the title of this video, we are gods, goddesses, for the gods and goddesses. Once you get that God concept in you, you really don't worry about nothing. You don't worry about where this is going to come from, if this is going to come. You know it's just going to come. You're not worrying about anything because you can control reality to a certain aspect for your wants and your needs. Am I right? If you have that God in you, you don't have to worry about, oh man, I have to worry about some clothes I have to worry about what are we going to eat. Oh man, like where am I going to get this money from for such and such? If you tap into that God force, these things will be provided for you. You hear me? All these things will be provided for you. If you tap into that God force. Yo, God has many names. But, you know, we summarize them things into 99 names. And each one of them is an action. What if I told you God is a verb? Your form of worship will change. Your form of worship may change if I tell you that God is a verb. It is an action in your life. It is an action in your life. This is what God or this universal principle is. It is an action in your life. It is a verb. It is something that is manifesting in you that you pass on to your seed. It is something that is manifested in you that you pass on to your child and so forth. God is a verb. It's an action in your life. An action that you must perform. Because I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. 100 for all these people. Yo, a lot of people say they God. Yeah, a lot of people say they goddesses. Yeah. But are they godly? Are you acting godly? It's the question. You got to ask yourself. Yeah, I'm a god. I'm a goddess. But am I acting godly? Ask yourself that. Don't ask nobody else. Ask yourself. Because we got to be a reflection. Especially the women to your daughters. You got to be a reflection to your daughters. They watching you. You say, I don't got no daughters, Lamel. Well, these young sisters are watching you. How you handle stress. They need a shoulder to lean on. And you got to be the one that's with a stable mind in order to lead the way as being a goddess or a god. So, boom. Joshua. Joshua means the Savior. Joshua 1:8. All right? It says this. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have success. Somebody hearing me. Somebody hearing me. Like, you don't got to carry a book around. When I say, yo, y'all free from the matrix and y'all came into a book, it's not a physical book. It's a living book. It's a living book. But you become the manifestation of that book as well. You become the manifestation of that book. You become the manifestation of that law. And it doesn't depart from your mouth because you meditated all day and all night. What if I told you somebody like, Enoch? Remember they say Enoch, it's a legend that they say Enoch didn't die. He walked with God, right? You go into Genesis, what is it? Genesis, something like 424 or 423 or something like that. Or 523, one of them, I'll look it up. Where Enoch walked with God. He lived 365 days or years, which is equivalent to 365 days. Whew. Yo, it's deep. But Enoch, they say Enoch means to be dedicated. Enoch means to be dedicated. All right? They say he used to pray 7,000 times a day. Imagine that. Imagine if you had the universe on your mind all day and night. Imagine if you had the universe on your heart all day and night. Some of the things that we do, we wouldn't do. Some of the places that we go, we wouldn't go. If we had this God principle on our mind. Thank you, Sister Dulcina. Genesis 5:21 through 24. If we had God on our mind, if we meditated on the laws, these universal laws, I'm not talking about man's law. I'm talking about this universal law. If we meditated on this day and night, we will always be led in the right direction. Because what the Messiah was looking for was the tribe of Judah anyway. And Yahudah means to lead, coming from the word Huda. Or when they say praise. Or also Huda means to guide, to lead. He was looking for the leaders. He wasn't looking for the punks. He wasn't looking for those to punk out. He was looking for the leaders and saviors of a particular group and causes. So, what is meditation? What is meditation nowadays? I mean, it's many ways to connect up to this universal principle. But what is true meditation? What is true meditation? All right? You're going to have to block out a lot of stuff, a lot of negativity in your circumference. It's going to be people in your immediate close environment that's going to have a negative vibe. And guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to be focused. You're going to have to be focused regardless. You're going to have to meditate on the law, this universal God, this principle. You're going to have to meditate on it day in and day and night, and never be shaken or moving for what you strive to be. Trust me on that. And then we will all have success moving forward. I'm going back to a 131. Quran, chapter 11, verse 13. Or do they say he invented it? That's the thing about this. They say, Lamel, this 131, you made it up. I think you made it up. I tell people it's divine revelation. It was always here. I can't make anything up. I can uncover it. I can uncover something that was already there. But how I'm going to make something up? They said this in the Quran. They said, or do they say, he invented it? Say then, this is a 131, right? Then bring 10 surahs like it, that they have been invented, and call upon for assistance whomever you can besides Allah, if you should be faithful. So they want me to give you 10 signs of this 131. They want me to give you 10 signs. I think I gave you more than 10 signs in many of our conversations when I talk about the 131. All right? So my proclamation here is this. Let me get this straight. Let's get this straight. My proclamation is that the Messiah has returned. Y'all got that? That's my proclamation. Now, my proclamation also is that when the Messiah returned, the Messiah didn't return in a body. The Messiah returned as a body. It didn't return in a body, but it returned as a body. Do you get that? That's my proclamation as well. My proclamation is that the body that the Messiah returned as, collectively, we are a portion of that body, and collectively, we create that body. You got it. So we don't get it confused. Now, I said the body connects up with the numbers 131. And anywhere you go, you will always see this number 131. And it has always been the Messiah, whether you knew it or not. Broadcasting to you. All right, you hear me? So now, the Quran, I went to a Quran verse that had the combination of 131 in it. All right, when you look at the numbers 131, you got to look at it as the square. It can be frontwards, backwards, inside, or out. All right, you got to look at it like that. All right, the email, you say you just sent the email. Thank you. I got you on a book, Queen. All right, they say he invented this stuff. But if they say he didn't invent it, show 10 different signs that he did not invent this. So 131, right, is the name of the Messiah or the number of the Messiah. That's the first sign or the first proclamation I made, right? Now, I said this. The first sign I showed you is that we all create the body, because if I ask you your birthday, it's between a 1 and 31 number. Okay? That's one sign. If you count this verse that I pulled, you can count that as a sign. But I'm not going to count it as a sign. All right? To represent what I'm talking about. To say that this is divine revelation. All right? That this is truly divine revelation. And you can believe what you want to believe after this video. All right? But my proclamation is that the Messiah is a return. And I am a vessel, just like many other people are vessels that the Messiah flows through. All right? So, another sign is the name, Lamel. Because Lamel so happens to be the sacred name and the sacred number. And I showed y'all that. Lamel, as in being 131. Because I told you if you take the 3 and you put the 3 on its feet, now you got the name Lamel. So thus you got the sacred name and the sacred number. You get that? So you won't be confused. So now you got 2 signs. You got 2 signs that I showed you. All right? You got 2 signs that I showed you. Okay? I'm going to give you another 131. All right? I'm going to give you another 131 real quick. Here we go. Whosoever that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. It's really the number and the name. The number and the name. Because guess what? When you go on your cell phone, when you go look at a number that you dial up, it also has a name attached to it. So here goes 3 or 4 signs. You can count that as 2 signs. I just showed you right here in this Bible verse. In this Bible verse, utilizing the name Lamel, which is 131, I just showed you the same thing. It said, whoever call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. All right? Thank you, Sister Conafir. All right? Listen. Those that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. 131. So I just showed you 4 signs. In the beginning, I took you to a Quran verse that was 131 in the beginning, right? And the Quran said, well, if you saying this, you a prophet, or you saying you got divine revelation, show us 10 signs. Right? Am I right? I showed you 4 signs so far with the number and with the name. With the number and the name. All right? But those that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Those that call upon the name or the number, those that call upon the number of the Lord shall be saved. Because you're not just calling a name. You scrolling through your phone, but you press a button to press a name, but it's synonymous with a number. Am I right? It's 1:31 p.m. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast right now. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast right now. It's 1:31. There go another sign for you right there. Sister Youthy, there go another sign for you right there if you don't believe me. If you don't believe what I'm saying to you, there go another sign for you. Because why I'm talking about this, 131, or the Messiah appeared before us saying, I'm here in time. He said, man, I'm on the West Coast. It's 131. Cool. I'm on the West Coast. I looked at the clock. It's 131 and you talking about 131. He said a signs. He said, the Quran said, show us 10 signs if you real about this. I showed you 5 signs right now. We going to count that as a sign. Divine revelation. Divine revelation. They say, Lamel, you not a prophet. Well, the word prophet is Nabi. It means to inform. I can show you where Adam is known as a prophet. Even though he is considered to be the father of everyone, he's also considered to be a prophet. Because it said that Adam informed them in a certain way. And they used a certain word, Nabi, as in prophet. So I'm informing you right now. All right? So I showed you 5 signs of the Messiah. Shh. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for all my Messiahs. All my Messiah queens in the building. My Messiah goddesses in the building. Empresses holding it down. You know what it is. Alright? I showed you 5 signs of the Messiah. Okay? Let's move forward. Y'all want some more smoke? Y'all want some more smoke? I got you. Yeah. Y'all want some more smoke? I got you. Yo, 1 Corinthians 10:31. All right? So whether you eat or drink, whatever you do it all for the glory of what? For God. Do it all for the glory of the goddess in you. Do it all for the glory of God. That's a 131 once again. That's a 131 once again. Somebody pick up the phone. Somebody pick up the phone. That's a 131 once again. That's a 131 once again. Matter of fact, I got something sweet for you. I got something real sweet for you. Listen to this one. Luke, I'm going to give y'all another sign. I'm going to give y'all another sign. Luke 131. Let's keep this 131. Let's keep this a 131. A lot of people talk about the Messiah. A lot of people. But I'm going to keep the name and the number very simple. Look at this. Luke chapter 131. It says, behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name what? We ain't even calling him Jesus. We calling him Messiah. We ain't calling him Jesus. We calling him Messiah. All right? Luke chapter 1 verse 31. Behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name the Messiah. There go another one. How many signs I showed y'all? 6? We going to count 6 signs I showed you? Or 7? Oh, we ain't going to count one. We ain't going to count one of those, right? We just going to count one of them. Even though I showed you 2 signs, we only going to count one. So I just showed you 6 signs. That 131 represents the Messiah. This is the realest stuff that they ever wrote. You know why? I'm going to tell you why, youth. You know why this is the realest story they ever wrote? Because you in it. You're inside the book. You're inside the book. You're in the book. That's what's so deep about this situation. So I showed you 6 signs. Let's go. You want 7? You want me to give you 7 signs? I'm going to give you 7 signs of this 131. 7 signs. Here go to number 7. Okay. Romans 13:11. That's a 131. It says, besides this, you know the time, that the hour has come for you to wake from sleep, for salvation. Yeshua, the Messiah, salvation. Yeshua, the Messiah, is nearer to us now than when we first believed. Do you not see that word salvation right there? Salvation. Yeshua. Another name for Messiah. Savior. For the Savior. It's nearer to us than when we first believed. I just showed you 8 signs. Or is this 7? We can go on and on and on and on. I keep on showing you signs of this 131. I keep on showing you signs of the 131, and you say, we don't want what's in the now, Lamel. We want something of the past. We want you whatever. What if I tell you we are the past, present, and future? We are the gods and goddesses that they're going to worship 1,000, 2,000, Andre, 3,000 years from now. We are the gods and goddesses that they're going to worship. So, that's another 131. And that's the 8th sign that I showed you. Besides this, you know the time that the hour has come for you to wake from your sleep. For salvation, Yeshua is nearer to us now than what we first believed. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? It's getting real deep. So a Messiah is a leader or a savior of a particular group or cause. A Messiah is a leader or a savior of a particular group or cause. We're not going to get religious. We're not going to get too religious on here. A Messiah is a leader or a savior of a particular group or cause. That's what a Messiah is, man. Real simple, man. We got real boots on the ground. And this is called the Messiah Code movement. This is a movement. What is a movement? A movement is a group of people working together to advance their shared political, social, or artistic ideas. I told people I don't care what God you believe in. We are all messiahs. It's messiahs everywhere. It's a messiah in every portion of the globe. You will find a messiah. Every portion of the universe, you will find a messiah there. We are a movement. A group of people working together to advance our shared political, social, or artistic ideas. You know, I remember reading the scripture, you know, when Jonah was on the boat, right? And they say, to every man his God. To every man his God. Like, whatever God you worship, go worship it, because the boat is going crazy. To every man his God. I'm going to tell you right now, and it's almost in that time. We're almost that same time. To every man and woman his God. All right? To every man and woman to his God. Because you really are the representation of Jonah. Because the whale is inside your belly, as opposed to you being inside the belly of the whale. In my Father's house are many mansions. You have great potential that you have yet to express. That's why I'm here to show you all these signs of the Messiah. to show you all these signs that we must tune into to get ourselves back into the fold of what we consider to be the Messiah, or back into this body. So when the Messiah returned as literally a network that we can tap into. All right? It's literally a network that we can tap into. And each person represents a correspondent designation located on that body. All right? I'm going to leave y'all with this one real quick. Give me 5 more minutes of your time, because I got some more signs to show you. I got 2 more signs to show you, and I saved the best for last, maybe. What are the measurements of the Kaaba? Let's find out what the measurements of the Kaaba are, man. Because this is gonna coincide. This is gonna coincide everything. What I'm saying, man. Oh man. This is gonna coincide. What I'm talking about. Excuse me. This is so funny. When you look at the Kaaba, hold up, let me go back to it. I got you. Let me see if I can show y'all this. If you go find out the measurements of this Kaaba, all right, it measures up to 131, and I'm gonna show y'all this. Excuse me, let me get to it. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it for you. I got you. 1 second. This is the last sign I want to show you. I want to show you the measurements of the Kaaba. All right, and I want to show you how they connect up to 131. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, but if you go to the measurements of the Kaaba, it's really 13.1 meters high. It's 13.1 meters high. And the same thing, it's 11.3 meters wide on each side. Those are the last signs I wanted to show y'all. But I'm trying to look it up right now. Here it is right here. Look at this. Here it is. This is the last thing I gotta show y'all, and these are the last. The Quran said show me 10 signs, right? The Quran said give us 10 signs about this 131 stuff if you are truthful. Alright? So if you look at the comment section, I left it for you and I put it in there. It says this: how big is the Kaaba in meters? Alright, image. What are the measurements of the Kaaba? The Kaaba is 13.1 meters. The Kaaba is a cubicle-shaped structure made of stones. It is approximately 13.1 or 43 feet. Wow, tall. Some claim it to be 12.3 meters or 39 feet, 51 feet and 2 inches. With sides measuring to what? 11.3 meters. There goes that 131 number for you again. So the height of the Kaaba is really 13 meters, 13.1 meters. Y'all understand that? And the base of the Kaaba is 11.3 meters. All right? Y'all got that? So there go the 10 signs I showed you. That this is divine revelation. That this is true divine revelation. All right, so I love y'all. Thank you for everybody in the YouTube watching. Thank you for everybody in the Facebook. I appreciate your time. I really appreciate it. 747 24/7 361 degrees. As you know, we are literally glitching in the matrix. Make sure that you email. Make sure that you email us, all right, as soon as possible. We are glitching in the matrix right now. We are glitching in the matrix right now. We are glitching. Make sure you get up with us. Email the movement. I'll send you a book. Sponsor the movement also, please. There goes the Cash App right there. We appreciate all sponsorships, donations, and everything. All right, cool. Thank you to everyone that supports. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Sister Nubania. All the all-stars. All the all-stars. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time, yo. I really appreciate your time. For what it's worth. So, keep on trucking, man. Today's day 66 of the 90-day water cleanse. I know it ain't easy being greasy. Make sure you stick with it. Thank you, Sister Codnafir, watching in the YouTube. Stick with it, yo. Stick with the 90-day water cleanse. Alright? Stick with it. Alright, I love y'all. 747 24/7 361 degrees. Cool.